Hello viewers, this is Livabuhay. Excuse me, my voice today is not actually 100% okay, but anyway, I will be making this video and it's all about grafting an apple tree. I know that some of you who are already my subscribers and friends, you have already seen how I propagate apple tree from seed, which grows like this. And this has been for like 2 months already. 2 months it's like this from seeds. And in fact, I have even a video of it. There's a link down there that I will share. You just click click on that link and you will see how I propagate them from seed, and after 2 months it looks like this. And this apple tree here, I had propagated it. It had been growing already for like 2 years. Maybe some of you will say, oh my god, 2 years, 3 years, it will take too long. But actually it doesn't feel that way. All you do, you just propagate, let it grow, just water it when it's dried, and then they will just grow. You will even forget it. And so this one, if I will wait that this one will bear fruits, then it will take for like 10 years. So all trees, most of the trees that we see, you buy in stores, that after 2 to 3 years you already get fruits from them, it's because they are grafted. And today I will be showing you actually how to graft. It's not really very hard. I know that a lot of videos I saw and I learned this from them. It's videos all about people grafting fruit trees, and most of them are done by men. And then I was just so interested all about, I want to try it. And I will tell you, my first year, my first attempt, I was never been successful, and it's because I did it in a wrong month. So the best month actually to graft is by the month of April, and maybe at the end of March you can also start, but by the month of April it's the best because the sap of it's already starting. And as you see here, if you look at this, where did I get it? Yeah, I got it from, I cut it actually from a fruit tree. I went around here. There are some fruit trees that, you know, growing like on the side of the streets. And then I cut this, how do you say it? Part of the trees that were growing for the last year, you know, that kind of part of the apple tree that grows from the last year. And as you see here, if you look at it, it's how do you say it? It's starting here. It's starting to grow. So you have to collect this like from the middle of March or until the end of March. You have to collect them that they don't sprout yet, the leaves didn't sprout yet. That is the thing that you have to collect for you to be able to graft your tree. It can be an apple tree, it can be a citrus tree, whatever tree you want. And the reason why you graft is because that is the fastest way that the tree can bear fruits. And to show you how it goes, because I had already doing this for like how many years now. In fact, I have already apple trees that were already bearing fruits last year. That was my own grafted apple tree. And there is a link down there again for my apple tree that looks like this now. I show in a photo. And these apple trees are actually my own grafted apple trees. Now maybe some of you are already waiting for too long. As much as the materials is concerned, it's very important that your cutting materials, you have to disinfect them, especially if you have used them in cutting some other bush or trees. It's very important. I'm using a smaller one, and it's because this is just kind of a small tree. But this kind of thing, you can actually do it in big trees. You can have an apple tree existing already in your in your garden. You can have, like, example, it's like Granny Smith apple tree, and you can actually graft on it a different kind of variety of apple tree. For example, it's a lot of kinds, like the Royal Gala, and oh my god, it's kind of, here in Sweden you can think of like more than 200 varieties of apple. So this one, as you see, I had propagated it from a pink lady, but then you have to graft it, because what I said, if you don't graft it, it will take you 10 years before it will bear fruit. But anyway, I will start now. So I will choose, you have to choose that the thickness of this should be quite the same as this one. So as you see here, it's already a lot here. Normally you can have a rootstock. This is what we call the rootstock. You can actually have the rootstock that is already one like this, that grows like that, and I have like that, and you can immediately graft them. Actually, I tried to graft this 1 year ago, but it didn't work because I don't know, sometimes it's like that. Some work, some doesn't work. So what I do is, like, I have to look for an area here. I have to find something that is much more nicer, you know. I think this one is very nice, and I have to do like this. I have to cut it. I will show it here. Cut this like that, and then I will look for something here that is quite the same. And I think this area here is kind of the same. The thickness of it, you know, the diameter is quite the same, and that is the perfect one. So I have to put my there. Now it's very near. Now we'll see. So as you see, it's quite quite the same. So what I will do is I will cut here this one. I hope you will really see. We can do like that. So I will cut from this area here. I will cut here. I can cut like that. So, and as you see, you have already been cut. So it's totally the same in diameter. This one and this one is of the same size in diameter. So that is one that I will use. And normally, because here I have, this is actually, I got it from Amazon. This is actually a knife intended for grafting. But if you don't have it, it doesn't matter. You can use some small, you know, cutter. You know, you can buy some small cutters that are available in any, you know, in any stores. They are very small cutters. You can use it whatever. Some even just use very small knives, but it's just very important, as what I said, that you have to disinfect it. So you are not putting or bringing any bacteria into your plant. So the reason why I use this, because as far as my experience is concerned, I cut before my fingernails, because this is really quite sharp. So what I will do is, this place, I will cut it in the middle. I will make a cut in the middle. So now, so it's more like I make a cut for like even just 0.5 centimeter or 1 centimeter, and just be sure that you do it in the middle, you know. So I will show you. So it's like this, and you see I do it in the middle here, So I do it, I just made a cut, like cut it in the middle here. And now the next thing is this one. So what you do with this is, you will just cut on this area, you know, like you will have it flattened, because we will insert it here, and you want to expose a part of it which we call the scion. This is the scion. this part is the scion, you call it, and this part where you put your grafted scion is called the rootstock, because here is, you know, the roots. And it is very important that your scion came from a mature apple tree, or any tree, came from a mature tree that has already bearing flowers. So what you do, as you see here, you see, I made a cut there, and this, because this one, I am going to insert it to that. There are actually a lot of ways to do grafting, but there are even names about the kind of graft, cliff, graft, and all this. I cannot anymore all these terms used in grafting, so I don't need this anymore. And as you see, I had made a cut in the middle. What I will do is I will insert this one. It is an advantage if you have small hands like me, because if you have, so as you see now, I had inserted it. I will take it again, so just for you to see. So as you see, it's like that, right? And all I did is I insert. So just be sure that you cut this part, you cut it in the middle, and then you will insert this one. So now it's there. Now what I will do is I will put this one, it's a rubber band, whatever rubber band, it works. A lot of people you will see in a lot of videos about grafting is that they really use this kind of grafting tape and all this stuff. And then I had tried it, and they are not cheap. I don't want to be spending a lot of money in this kind of things when there are some things that actually worked, and then you don't have to spend a lot of money. And I want to be sure that the things, I'm the kind of person who really likes to experiment. So I had done it. What it will do is that you will be sure that it's holding it. That if ever sometimes you're watering, or sometimes will just somebody hit it, then it has no tendency that it will be removed, because it is being tied by a rubber band. Now, after using a rubber band, you can use any kind of tape. This is actually tape used in, like, you know, in tying flowers and all this thing. And some people, you can use plastic. It's a lot of people who are using different kind of materials, and it works. So why just buy this very expensive when this one works, right? So as you see, I will cover this one. And why I have to do it? Because when you make a grafting, it shouldn't be exposed to water. So you have to be careful when you water it. And some other people, they actually cover it. Some people, they put plastic on it. For me, I just usually do like this, and I am just careful when the time I have that I have to. So it's like this. So as you see, I will tell you, as what I said already, I have already done this a lot of times. And as what I told you before, my first time was not a success. And I am the kind of person that when it comes to plants, I have all my patience. So I will never stop until I will succeed. So that is a very big tip I can give you. Never stop trying, because learning is a continuous process. And if you just want to learn things, you will learn it, especially if you have interest in it, of course. So now I have done it. Actually, this is kind of a sealing way. And you might ask, what will I do with these other branches? I will also put them. I actually have two varieties of apple in this Zion that I have. And I can see the difference between the different Zion. So I will also do this one and do this one. And actually, there are even some kind of, there are people who are even grafting a tree that has a different variety in every branch of it. So again, I'm glad I was able to share all about this thing on grafting. And this kind of grafting method is actually applicable to any kind of tree. You can use with your citrus tree, you can use with a mango tree. A lot of even very big farming now on mangoes and all these other trees, they are doing it even in big farms. And it's because it's a way where you can actually, you can update the kind of fruits that you have. You can have a mango tree with a different variety in it. You can have an apple tree, one apple tree with 3 different fruits in it. So it's really very good to graft, and it's because you can have one apple tree in your garden, but then that apple tree can bear 3, 4 varieties of apples. And it is a very good way actually to, to get a lot of variety just in one tree. Isn't it interesting? But anyway, if you have some comments, if you're not my subscriber yet, please subscribe, and I will be sharing a lot of information, different information all about gardening, whatsoever. Just try, look at my playlist, and I have a lot of things being shared, a lot of information. Again, this is Evelyn of Liba Buhay. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again next time.